Oh, we're actually quite close to our ship. That is why. Right. The last one on yesterday's war.
Some time ago, there was a temporal disruption involving the USS Enterprise C. We thought the matter was fully resolved, but there was an oversight. We need to find one of the Enterprise C survivors, a temporal duplicate of Starfleet Admiral Tanay. Until we reconcile her displacement, the timeline is in jeopardy. There's one person in particular that can provide the location of the survivors, Sela of Romulus. We believe she's operating the Cytor system. Meet me there to search for Sela and enlist her aid. Stay safe out there.
Okay. So we'll come down here, we'll travel straight to our... Then we'll start the Iconian War. So, how's everyone doing? Okay, here we go. When it decides to load. That's this month's event. No sign of any ships in sensor.
If she's here, we'll need to draw her out. Sela's not easily found if she doesn't want to be. In the meantime, there's a structure on one of the larger asteroids, but the mineral content there is making long-range scanning difficult. I recommend we take a closer look. Looks like a small base of some kind. Industrial, possibly military. Whatever it is, it's running at low power. We'll get a better idea at close range. Our intel shows a lot of Romulan activity in this system. In Sela's name.
There is.
Command believes she's planning an assault of some kind and gathering tactical resources. This looks like an abandoned Tal Shiar base. What's left of it. It looks like the interior has been stripped of anything useful over an extended period of time. This could be the work of Sela's forces. They've been... Wait! Picking up enemy contacts. Romulan ships decloaking.
Yep, that's the best way, D. Where are we? Oh god.
They're disengaging.
Right.
Those ships were older, but battle-ready and in good repair. It's unusual of them to run so quickly. We should stay sharp. There's probably more of them out there waiting under cloak. In the meantime, we damage their propulsion systems in the fight. They're leaking plasma. As long as they keep leaking plasma, we can follow their trail. They're not trying to lose us. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Unidentified ship, you are trespassing in sovereign Romulan space, and you are outnumbered. Surrender now. Oh, it's you again. No. You are still trespassing in my space, and I could use a new ship if I are alive.
Fine.
Fine, we'll talk. Cut to the chase and tell me what it is you need.
Hi, Mark.
get around to looking for the Enterprise C survivors. When the Enterprise C survivors were taken, my father agreed to let the rest of the crew live, so long as Lieutenant Yar served as his concubine. She was executed, but my father held to his word. I am aware of the location, but I will only take you there if you agree to come with me. And what assurances do I have that I won't simply be executed? I will not agree to my death. If I agree to this, I will be held in house arrest, somewhere reasonably pleasant by my own standards. I will not be cut off from access to the outside world, and I will not be given any sort of death penalty. Further, you will allow my crew and their ships to go without harassment. The survivors of the Enterprise C were sent to a Tal Shiar prison world. Set a course for the Pictet system. I shall make my way to the bridge of this quaint little ship.
I wouldn't say it was little, but, you know. Hi, Jason. Okay.
I'm reading several Tholian ships on sensors, along with some unusual temporal fluctuations. Tholians dislike anything involving time travel. We should be cautious. If they think we're responsible, they may become hostile.
This is the Pictet system, one of many worlds where the Tal Shiar would send assets important enough to keep, but not threatening enough to kill. Supplies to this world stopped when Hobus was destroyed, but the Enterprise C crew are proven survivors. I admit the Tholians being here is new. Surely they won't be too difficult for you to handle.
Ship.
The anomaly will be purged, and will the fallen.
Assimilating it.
Another temporal anomaly. It was emitting high levels of tachyon radiation and chronotons before it dispersed. I'll need more data. I think it was an unstable gateway to transdimensional space.
Scan one. I want to see what they were so interested in. My most sincere apologies. I am so used to command and to quick efficiency. I just thought perhaps it would be better if we continued with the mission before more Tholians show up. We can stand around and talk if you like.
anomaly is devastating our hull. Avoid flying into it if possible. Based on these readings, I believe I've found an origin point for these anomalies. They're coming from the planet below. I suggest sending an away team down to collect data. Making it hard to obtain a clear reading at this distance.
Assemble your most able crewmen and... Right. This is your ship.
Do we take her? Yeah. Hi, Steve.
Left of the Shi'ar prison. Doesn't look like it's been inhabited for some time. I'm reading a number of temporal anomalies nearby, but my tricorder's having trouble analyzing the data. We're going to need to get closer.
The shipments of supplies stopped long ago. Anyone alive down here will have a hard time. I suppose that's not too bad for Admiral Tanay. That is what this is about, isn't it? There are two of her and no one else. If you find her, I doubt she will be alive.
Okay, up here.
This world was abandoned by the Shi'ar decades ago. I doubt there's anyone left. The survivors of the Enterprise C might have left personal items behind.
It lacks power, but it should work once it's recharged.
Another one.
This place hasn't been inhabited for a while. Thing is, the tricorder's giving a range of time from 3 months to 30 years. We're dealing with some serious temporal flux here. That's one of the temporal anomalies. I wouldn't recommend entering its area of effect. From what I'm reading here, contact with the anomaly will do considerable damage to anything organic. That being said, I believe we can deal with this. Stand over there, and between the two of us, we should be able to nullify the anomaly. Someone's been here recently. The tricorder's picking up numerous signs of habitation in the area. By the look of things, someone stripped this area of all useful items and moved on. This gate appears to have been locked from the outside. Perhaps they knew about the anomaly but didn't have the means to handle it. Ah, there's a manual override over there near our beam down site. We can use it to open the gates.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did do the dashboard mod. But someone asked if he was going to sell it, and he doesn't know yet what he's doing with it.
When we disrupted this anomaly, it seemed to fracture, forcing more anomalies into our timeline. I think we might be able to use that to our benefit, though. I'll stay here and act as an anchor. Find the best spot and use your tricorder to emit the dispersal pattern again. We should be able to push those bubbles away from the gate controls. If you get stuck, I'll be able to get you out of trouble.
Okay.
The gate controls are trapped within an anomaly. We'll have to disperse it to use them. Looks like some of the closed gateways are busted. Find another spot. I think I can see a clear path to the controls. The gate's open. Try to disperse where you are. It should open an escape path for you.
Okay. Down there then. No? Oh. Ah, right, yeah.
Excellent. The gate's open, and we can continue our search for Tanae. Well done. Before we move on, I've managed to bring the datapad online again. It might contain clues on what happened. Looks like it's a personal one.
Nice.
The primary user is Lieutenant Tasha Yar of Starfleet.
Give me that! The first entry dates to 2389, nearly 40 years after she was executed. Or at least 40 years after she was supposed to have been executed. I am Natasha Yar, Security Chief for the Federation Starship Enterprise D. Well, at least that's who I was. For the past 40 years, I've been Tal Shiar Prisoner 24601. But even that changed a week ago. Our regular supply drops from the Star Empire stopped 3 months ago. The guards started caring too much about what might be going on elsewhere in the quadrant and caring too little about the prisoners. We were able to overpower them. We've managed to recover some data pads like this one, but there isn't enough here for us to call for help or escape. I'm leaving this record in case anyone comes looking for us. Sela, if you find this, I still love you. I've missed you. Lieutenant Yar was supposed to have been executed. My father said it happened. There were witnesses. How can... Clearly, there was some judicious alteration of history. The Enterprise C survivors were here, but something drove them away. Something more than the loss of surprise. We should continue looking for the survivors. Your duplicate of Tanae may yet be alive on this rock. It would not have been the first time. No doubt he thought she might still have been useful in some way. I can see the pity in his eyes. Keep it. His decision allowed me to become the person I am. I do not regret it.
Look, there's a path ahead. This anomaly looks more stable. Probably less deadly, but let's not find out now.
Generators died, no one knows why. Richard thinks it might have been the big predators. Tanae thinks she might be able to salvage some of the parts. I hope she can. She's been glaring over the remains for the last 3 hours. 2 more dead. We can't stay here. The animals know the fence won't harm them anymore. I rigged an early warning system using a trick I learned growing up under Cona 4, but that won't stop them. Took a vote, and we're moving. We'll build a new settlement in the old secondary supply bunker the Tal Shiar abandoned 20 years ago. The surviving guard has agreed to guide us there. Loyalty to the Tal Shiar fades. We've been stranded with the inmates. Lieutenant Yar never discussed Turkana further. When I was older, I discovered why. She was a survivor. It is clear that her arrangement with my father was just that. Obviously, she continued that trait into her existence here. There's more ground to cover.
There's another unstable anomaly. The anomaly has left some of the rock in a molten state.
You took readings in orbit. Surely we should continue must be connected to your mission. Now, while you take a leisurely stroll through the jungle, I will be moving on. It appears that there are more survivors than initially believed.
There's a lot of interference, but I think I'm picking up a life sign. Tanae!
Go away! Leave this place! No! Please, not again! Stay away! Stay away!
It seems your duplicate, Tanae, is still alive, and she isn't pleased to see you. I don't really blame her. I wasn't exactly thrilled to see you again, either.
She's run off, but there's an even larger anomaly close by.
It looks like it was a structure at one point.
Another temporal
But I doubt
anomaly,
any
and this one is
survivors
larger than the
remain in a
last.
ruin like
There
this.
are temporal eddies moving through the area, and a few stable locations between them. Now, if you establish temporal stabilizers in these 3 locations, we can disperse the anomaly and get a better look at the area. Hopefully, the Enterprise C survivors were able to escape the area before this happened.
Okay. Fine. So that goes out.
There's a stable pocket ahead of you. Set up the first stabilizer there. That's the first stabilizer. 2 more to go.
What's the other one? Okay. Disrupt anomaly.
Incredible! Dispersing the anomaly restored more than I expected. We should look for clues.
We found an entire grove of saplings. Richard swears the same area was full of towering trees last week. You might be mistaken. We're both getting older. I thought I saw a Romulan in the brush. He was wearing a 22nd century style uniform. When I looked again, he was gone. Maybe I'm going senile. Richard insists I'm too young. Maybe it's because the outside world has been on my mind. Sela has been on my mind. I wonder what happened to her. While her father was a Tal Shiar general, he spared my life in the end. Perhaps he wasn't petty and cruel to her. I hope he wasn't. If you should find this, happy 50th birthday, Sela.
Oh, there's one there.
Shelter ruined. Last tricorder gone. Half our stores destroyed. 5 dead. The hunters and gatherers returned to find many dead and unconscious. I used my emergency medic training, but I was a security officer, not a doctor. Devek might not make it. None of them can remember what happened. Without the tricorder, we can't scan the area or for internal injuries. I suspect that there is something on the planet causing anomalies of some kind. Danae has not reacted well. She's been talking to herself and keeping apart from everyone. A problem for later. Survival now.
Some sort of temporal inversion happened here. Some of the rock returned to an earlier molten state, while some of the building materials aged over 200 years. Anyone standing close to these objects would have been affected as well. Regressed to infancy, or aged to the grave.
Okay.
Well, I suppose it was nice that Yar thought of me. But that doesn't change the fact that she was going to steal me away like a thief in the night. If she had truly cared, she would have stayed where she was. My father was not cruel or petty, at least not to me. He was hard because he needed to be. I thrived because of it. The Enterprise C survivors were surprisingly resilient. Tasha's notes are more sparse, but seem to record a productive, if primitive, community. They mention a secondary site close by. If your Vulcan survived, there may be others, and they may be close.
Over here! There's a path with recent footprints. I'm reading another anomaly, further down the path. Tanae might be there.
The Tanae anomaly and its allies must be purged.
That Tholian away team must have beamed down to investigate the anomalies. This looks to be a well-worn path. Some recent footprints here, heading the other way. They might have run into Tholians.
It seems your Vulcan passed this way recently. Perhaps the cavern mentioned Natasha's logs is nearby. We should follow the tracks. It seems many of the refugees would be alive if it weren't for the anomalies. I wonder how many are left now.
I'm detecting signs of recent habitation in this location.
Maybe we'll find more answers.
This was some sort of dwelling up until a few months ago. If I'm reading this right, there was an explosion of tetrion particles here. A fatal one, judging by the organic residue on the walls. No one's been living here since, according to these tricorder readings.
The anomalies are temporal in origin. I watched Richard wither and die before my eyes. An anomaly appeared, and moments later he
was a wonderful partner for these last decades. A good man. We built a wonderful life, despite it all. My only regret is that Sela never got to know how kind and brave Richard was. He'd have been such a wonderful stepfather. Danae hasn't been seen in days. I'm worried she won't come back. I'm worried she will. I thought her strange behavior might be a degenerative Vulcan sickness, but she was answering questions before they were asked, and she's been close to every anomaly that's happened. Maybe I'm jumping in shadows. The part of me that is still a security officer on the Enterprise doesn't think I am, though.
This is Danae. I have agreed to report the final words of Natasha Yar and to hold this log for the future. If there is one, if it isn't here already, What? No. Focus. Natasha Yar died of a fever. She wished for the story of the crew of the Enterprise C to be remembered. They were brave beyond expectation. She wished for her daughter to know that
Yep, Tasha Yar.
she was loved, and that Natasha lived a long
Well, no,
and happy life.
she's not.
But that Natasha missed her, and she hoped her daughter's life was wonderful. Natasha requests that if this log is found, that this record be conveyed to Sela of Romulus and to the Federation.
Yeah, I think she's dead
Do
now.
not come near me. End log.
Let's see where it ends.
I think I see movement in the bushes. Danae?
Stop following me! No, go away! I told you to stay away! I am dangerous. You should not be here. No one can be here. No, not again! Oh! No, not again!
There's a new anomaly forming.
Folians!
Purge the anomaly. Purge the contamination.
Danae, the anomalies that have been occurring are caused by decades of temporal interference. Because of what happened with the Enterprise C, you exist in two places at once. We can fix this. You and your counterpart can be reintegrated. Your memories will be integrated as well. The anomalies will stop.
I see the logic in your presence here. I am anomalous. My presence here must be sufficiently reconciled to preserve the order of things. Accomplish this. Thus, I will go with you.
There's something we should see. Right up there.
All this time, she was here. I believed she was dead. Tasha believed I might come looking for her. She believed it so strongly she left logs in case. Danae held her logs for her. And now, she is truly dead. This place has led to some interesting revelations, shall we say? I think it best we leave before more Tholians show up.
Agreed.
Looks like we beamed up just in time. Several Tholian ships are on an attack vector.
Right.
Something is happening. It's happening again. Another anomaly is forming. I see you found my displaced temporal counterpart. Well done. An operations team is standing by on this vessel to assist with her temporal reintegration. Please beam her aboard, and we will begin the process. It is possible that I may acquire a new set of memories as part of the process. A small price to stabilize the timeline. As it has been said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. I see. Having read the briefing from Starfleet Command, I find her presence here to be most logical, considering the situation. Very well. I will take custody of Sela and deliver her to a secure facility once the reintegration procedure is complete. Beam her aboard with my temporal counterpart.
It seems our journey is at a parting of the ways once more. I did, and I will. But I have a condition to my surrender. Tell me about my mother.
Dun dun dun. Who's that? Okay.
The timeline is stabilizing. Anomaly counts are dropping, and our agents are reporting a decline in temporal aftershocks due to recent events. That's a good thing, by the way. The aftershocks of our recent discoveries on Pictet may take some time for Sela to resolve, however. I hope she's able to find a sense of peace and closure from what she's learned today. I'll be heading back to Temporal Command once we've fully integrated the two Tanays. Be seeing you.
Do that one. Right. So, we can now start the Iconium one.
I'm currently on leave from Voyager, and I was passing near the Hobus system in a shuttlecraft when I picked up some odd energy readings. I took a detour to investigate. You can't be too careful where Hobus is concerned. But I wouldn't mind some help. Can you rendezvous with me at these coordinates? Having a real starship here would be a big help.
Yep, of course. Oh, why did I cancel that? There we go. go.
This is Federation Shuttle Tereshkova. I am under attack in the Hobus system, requesting emergency assistance. I'm under attack by Romulan vessels. I could use a little help here. I'm a decent pilot, but things are getting a little rough. This freighter's packing some serious weapons. I don't think they're hauling cargo.
This is the Romulan Stargate. You are in a restricted area. Please, immediately.
These aren't Telshar ships. They're Imperial loyalists.
I'm in range now.
This vessel has been disabled. Your interference is disruptive, but survivable. This unit is executing its priority directives. All other directives have been suspended. This unit was defending this vessel against outside attack. Defensive associates is required by priority override.
Scanners of the freighter is well equipped. Borg technology. Let's go. Let's go and secure it. Alright, go and secure the ship. So has everyone seen the new trial in France? Another figure build. Yes, but not a clue what it is. It's Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Engineering. We're on a transport pad. Let's go over here. So, like one of the bosses, evil person from Lord of the Rings. We should check this out. Okay, let's go. Oh. What are they doing? Is that the engine core?
That doesn't help much. They must be trying to gain access to the gateway data.
Okay, down here. They are very long films, let's put it that way. I think each film is over 2 hours long. And there's 6 films.
There's a door to the left.
This one? This door? Obviously left. Something up here. Whatever that is. Corrupted. Okay, carry on. Looks like there's been some fighting here. Right. Down here. In here. Oh.
Side door and down to the gate.
I've got an Iconian gate down there. Go, go, go. Down here. Yep.
I surrender. Well, no. I do still have crucial information about your poor friend Lieutenant Ceylon and how to fix his addled Borg brain. About the gateways and how to use them. About the Iconians. Now tell me, aren't those things more important than the fleeting pleasure you'll get from shooting me? But you are interested in what I can tell you. This gateway is damaged beyond repair, but I learned a thing or two when I was a guest of the Iconians. I know how to operate their gateways, and I've memorized several sets of coordinates. I know about places you haven't seen yet. In fact, the only reason I was here was to open a gate to a specific Iconian base. Not exactly. Do you really think there are only 2 Dyson spheres? There are more, and I know the location of the one the Iconians are still using. Wouldn't you like to see that?
I've received some distressing news, and I need to update your mission orders. Your communications officer tells me you're not aboard your ship. What's your status?
No, please, go ahead. I can wait.
We've received word that Sela has escaped from Republic custody, and that she was last seen in the Devrod sector. Be aware that she was apparently aided in her escape by Lieutenant Gaius Ceylon, a Republic intelligence officer. Republic intelligence thinks she has some kind of information about the Iconians that she hasn't shared yet. This is a little odd, but let's give her a little leash. Stay close and find out what you can. See if you can determine her plans. Be prepared to bring her in if she shows any signs of endangering anyone.
Well, well, well. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, isn't that the saying? I'll make you a deal. You want Gaius back, and you want to learn what I know? I'm willing to give you both. But first, we'll need to discuss the deal aboard my ship. Don't worry. I'm sure your crew will keep a transporter lock and whisk you away at the first sign of danger. Enjoy having the upper hand for as long as it lasts.
I suppose we don't have much choice. Whenever you're ready, we can beam up to Sela's ship. But I'll go with you and watch your 6.
Okay. Here we go.
I know you're not inclined to believe me, but I am telling the truth. I do have coordinates to a sphere the Iconians are still using. The Iconians have many servants. Some, like the Alachi, you have already seen. I watched how they opened the gateways and memorized the coordinates. The Iconians are moving their soldiers and ships into position. One day, soon, they'll be right on our doorstep. This is our one chance to find out what the Iconians are doing and when they're going to attack. And they won't wait for our ships to be in position or give us time to muster a defense. One day very soon, the Iconians will simply appear at our homelands, and we will have to fight to survive. Poor Gaius. All that Borg hardware in his head made it easy to give him some guidance. I've had quite a bit of time to learn about Borg technology. All you need to know is which switches to flip. It's been very helpful having someone on the inside. I would have never escaped without him, but as a gesture of goodwill, I'll give him back now. There probably won't be any permanent damage. The Tal Shiar has studied mind control for decades, and I had full access to their techniques. Some of it is quite ingenious. Do you know that the proper sequence of mental conditioning and image projection can program someone to kill their best friend? I've seen it work. Once you know how to get into someone's head, you're there forever. With the coordinates I've memorized, I can gain access to an Iconian staging sphere. Tapping into the Iconian data networks is risky, but the potential benefits are significant. It will be difficult. Iconian operating systems are designed to override and destroy other computers. However, I know enough about their devices to gain some useful information before that happens. Specifically, we need to determine what forces the Iconians will use against us. We must prepare for what's coming. My engineers report that they're having trouble keeping engine powers stable. It appears you did quite a bit of damage to my ship. Unrelated systems keep failing in no discernible pattern. Perhaps you can take some of your people down to the engine room and have a look? Keep in mind that the sooner we get underway, the sooner this is all over.
Very well. Oh, hang on. Let's talk
This unit is in diagnostic mode. This unit is responding to its neural overrides.
Right. Well, he's broken. Right. I still don't trust her. No. Let's see what happens. Sensor things? There we are. Got to disarm them. There's bombs on board. There's one. There's the other one. Let's disarm these. There we go. Disarm. Where's the next one? Up here.
I shouldn't need to remind you that we're on a timetable, so I won't.
Yeah, well, I've got to disarm some bombs. There we go. Right. Everyone on me. They're dying. Trying to plant another one.
I recognize you. You have to help me. I'm a Republic intelligence operative on Team Cover. I infiltrated this crew of Romulan naval officers because they were still loyal to Sela. We can recapture her if we can keep this ship disabled. Republic intelligence has agents seeded through many of the groups in the Old Guard, and even a few infiltrating the Tal Shiar. It was happenstance that I was embedded in the group that helped Sela escape prison. What I need now is to keep this ship stalled long enough for the Republic to arrive. Then we can take Sela back to prison where she belongs. Sela's using you. She'll never tell you anything of substance. If she was the Iconian's prisoner, she couldn't have seen anything important. If she's still working with them, then she's leading you into a trap. Your only chance is to capture her now and help us reveal anyone in the Republic who helped her escape.
We have to let it play out. Ooh. Right, back up to the bridge.
I understand you've captured a saboteur. I won't tolerate a threat to the safety of this mission and my crew. I intend to have him executed immediately. Very well. However, this still doesn't solve our problem. We need to find a working Iconian gate.
We know where we can find one.
The Nopata system? Interesting.
It's Hakib's base.
My ship has been modified to mask its energy signature, so we should be able to get there without detection. The Tal Shiar may be a problem, though.
On your order.
The Tal Shiar serves the Iconians now. Certain elements of the Imperial Navy are still loyal, but the Tal Shiar would be more inclined to shoot me than listen to me.
Right, okay. So after this mission we'll call it quits. Don't know how long left, but...
Those are Tal Shiar ships. The Star Navy doesn't have the interest or the means to police far-flung systems like this one. The Tal Shiar and I don't exactly see eye to eye these days, so feel free to do what you will.
Enemy vessel. This system is under Tal Shiar control. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
Nah, it's alright. Okay. Oh right, okay, yeah, she had it cut short.
Private research facility.
I'll let her know.
Soon all this will be lost to the sand. What a monument to folly.
That's the desert we went through in one of the earlier episodes. Where's Sheila? There she is. Come on.
The Tal Shiar commonly use a diverter to intercept standard access codes on electronic locks. Give me just a moment. There.
Okay.
Someone else has been through here recently. Tal Shiar!
Oh no, I'm down. I'm down, people, come on.
Why am I not surprised the mess hall is the one place here that isn't a total wreck?
Right. Okay. What's this, read log, okay. Skeleton crew behind, so they've abandoned the base effectively.
At least they were smart enough to take the weapons out of the armory.
Distortioner field, main office and labs. Okay, is that through here? Yeah, that's his office.
Hakiv's Sanctum. I'm guessing that side door isn't just for show.
There must be a way through this blank wall. Maybe there's a release trigger in the office.
Yes, there is. Here. Has that worked?
Allow me. Computer, recognize identity Sela. Code Empress 1. Unlock lab access. Always have a back door.
Right, okay.
Another secret door. Hakiv was always so melodramatic. Let's get this gateway working again.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that we discovered really early on. And we went through there to get away, because that's the prison area. Through there. Right, let's see if we can activate this gate now.
You're getting a little too close to the truth. It's time to eliminate you both.
Where? She betraying?
You should be more careful about the loyalty of your subordinates.
Stop her! Don't let her escape! Kill it!
It's one of those parasite things. Should be infected one of the parasites. Right, let's beam her back to the ship.
There we go. I'll just put in those coordinates.
See, let's just gone through the gateway. Here we go.
Hey, up here!
She's all the way up there.
Hurry up! They'll find us soon. Good. There's a gateway on this side. We won't be stuck here. Now, let's see what secrets we can wrest from this facility. You! Taurus. Stop her!
I see you do.
Automated defenses? What a waste of time. Get that force field down!
There you go, it's down.
I won't let you take me!
We need to catch her before she can cause any more trouble.
That way?
She's locked the door. Try to unlock it with one of these consoles. Interesting. According to this data, we're in the Andromeda Galaxy. You should download some of these files to your tricorder.
Alright. That one.
This sphere seems to be much older than the others. There's communication traffic from Iconian ships inside the sphere. I've never seen these kinds of vessels before. Ah, here we go. Almost there. Got it. The door is open.
Let's go.
Taurus must have overloaded the collimators in that plasma array. She's turned this room from a plasma allocation conduit into a death trap. Who even builds rooms like this into a structure anyway? There are control consoles across from the containment area. If you can get to them, you can probably shut down the system.
Okay. Jesus.
There's nowhere left to run, Taurus. Do you really think the Iconians will help you now?
No, you don't understand. I didn't seek them out because I wanted to rule. I needed them to save us, to turn back time, to undo Hobus, and bring back Romulus.
Then you're more of a fool than I thought. You poor deluded creature. The Iconians aren't interested in saving anything. Nor could they.
We have to get out of here. It's not safe anymore. They're coming.
I guess you'd better go then. If you had only known, Taurus, the Iconians can't travel through time. It destroys their minds. The sphere just jumped. Look, it's nighttime inside this sphere, but it's never dark inside the other spheres. The Iconian fleets are here, and there are so many ships they're blotting out the sun.
I see you.
Time to go.
Yeah.
How absurd to think that she could have ever accomplished anything significant. She lost her throne and spent years in mindless devotion to gods who could not hear or answer her prayers. Taurus's fanaticism haunted her. She studied everything about the Iconians, but never learned the one simple fact that would have ended her quest. There was only one thing she didn't get wrong. We need to leave immediately. Iconian minds aren't like ours. They're entangled with chronoton states. I'll spare you the boring details. It helps to orient them when using their gateways, but it means that they can't go back and forth in time like we can. Doing so would cause the Iconian to lose its memories of the intervening time. Take a look at the sky. In a sphere like this, nothing should obscure the sun. Those aren't clouds.
There's ships and there's...
Did you feel that? The sphere just jumped. The Iconian invasion is beginning.
Your galaxy is forfeit.
A herald.
Personal guards and servants for the Iconians. Fighting is not our best option. Head for the gate.
Okay.
Run! The herald will be back.
This door, wasn't it? Yeah.
The gateway is destabilizing. I'll take it.
Everyone through. Though one of my crew members were down. I'm sure he'll be fine. Let's get us up to the ship.
It's good to have you back. A Dyson sphere jumped into a position near the Iconian.
Hang on. Right.
It's good to have you back. A Dyson sphere jumped into a position near the Iconia system less than an hour ago. We don't know anything about it, but based on the preliminary notes you've logged, we think it's the same sphere that you discovered with Sela. I hate to admit it, but she was right. The Iconian invasion is here. There's no sign of Sela, incidentally. We'll keep looking, but I have a feeling she won't be found until she wants to be. And as long as she stays away, I'm inclined to let her go. She'll have to answer for her crimes someday, but we have much more immediate concerns.
We'll pick that one. And okay, that is it. So that is the start of the Iconian War. That is the next one. So we're going to position ourselves there.
We know that attacks from the Iconian forces are imminent. Their gateway technology means that distance has little meaning for them. Once the war begins in earnest, we will be racing to cover too much territory with too few ships. But we cannot fail. To fight a war, we first need a plan. Admiral Quinn has requested your presence at a briefing on Earth space dock. The war can...
Right, so we'll have to go to Earth space dock. Let's go then. And we'll pick this up at another time. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.